The quiet of the night was shattered by a low, guttural growl, an unsettling sound that had become a nightly ritual in Jacob's nursery. His parents, Lisa and Mark, exchanged worried glances, their hearts pounding in their chests. Their beloved dog, Lila, a gentle golden retriever who had always been a comforting presence, had inexplicably begun to growl at their sleeping baby. This wasn't a playful growl, but a tense warning sound that sent shivers down their spines. Lisa, the first to hear the sound that night, bolted upright in bed. Jacob was sleeping peacefully in his crib, but Lila was perched beside it, her gaze locked on the baby, a low, menacing growl rumbling from her chest. Lisa, her maternal instincts kicking in, quickly ushered Lila out of the room, her mind racing with questions. This wasn't like Lila, who had always been so affectionate and protective of Jacob. The next night, the unsettling growl returned, and the night after that, and the night after that. Every night at the same time, Lila would begin her strange ritual, her growls echoing through the house, filling the parents with dread. Mark and Lisa were at their wits' end. Was Lila sick? Had she developed some kind of behavioral issue? Or was there something else, something unseen that she was sensing? Lisa, her eyes filled with tears, couldn't understand why their beloved Lila, who had slept beside Jacob since the day he was born, had suddenly turned into a nightly source of anxiety. They decided to take action, installing a camera in the nursery, hoping to capture some clue, some explanation for Lila's strange behavior. That night, as the growling began, they huddled together in front of the monitor, their eyes glued to the screen. But what they saw offered no explanation. Lila was simply sitting beside the crib, her gaze fixed on Jacob, emitting a quiet but persistent growl. There was no movement, no sign of anything unusual. Frustrated and desperate, they took Lila to the veterinarian, hoping for a medical explanation. But after a thorough examination, Lila was declared perfectly healthy. They even consulted a dog trainer who suggested the possibility that Lila was sensing something beyond human perception, perhaps a gas leak, an ultrasonic noise, or some other environmental anomaly. Specialists were called in to meticulously inspect the house, but everything was deemed safe and sound. As the nights wore on, the parents' desperation grew. Lila's nightly growls were taking a toll on their sleep, their sanity, and their relationship. They began to consider the unthinkable, rehoming Lila for Jacob's safety. The thought broke their hearts, but they felt they had no other choice. Then, one night, everything changed. Lisa awoke to a cacophony of loud barks and frantic growls. She rushed to the nursery, her heart pounding in her chest. Lila, in a state of heightened agitation, had grabbed Lisa's pajama pants with her teeth and was pulling her forcefully towards Jacob's crib. Lisa immediately knew something was terribly wrong. Leaning over the crib, she saw that Jacob wasn't breathing. He was deathly still, his face pale. She screamed in terror, but just then, Lila, sitting beside her, let out a loud, desperate growl and nudged Jacob forcefully with her nose. Suddenly, Jacob gasped for air, his chest heaving as he began to cry. The parents were stunned, their emotions a whirlwind of relief, disbelief, and gratitude. The next day, after a visit to the pediatrician, they learned that Jacob suffered from a rare condition called sleep apnea, which caused him to stop breathing during sleep. Lila, with her heightened senses and unwavering loyalty, had detected these episodes and used her growls to rouse Jacob, saving his life every night. The parents, overwhelmed with emotion, wept as they hugged Lila, their faithful companion, their guardian angel. She wasn't just their dog, she was a hero, a protector, who had risked everything to save their beloved baby.